We're going to open up to page 9 in the Grab and Go and work on Infer and Generalize. And this is a literature skill. So we're looking at stories and the skills that we need to have secure as 5th graders. We need to use information that's in the text to explain the explicit meaning of the text and to draw inferences and predictions, which means you need to not only be able to say, this is what is on the page, but also be able to take what is on the page, read between the lines, and understand things that the author does not come right out and directly state. We also need to use information in the text to draw generalizations, and a generalization is something that is usually true, and quote accurately from the text to support the explanations, inferences, and generalizations. So we have a large number of vocabulary words for this. A quotation in a story, it's the words that a character says. A quote is directly copying any part of the text when you're writing about it. So any words that are on the page, not just dialogue, not just what the characters say, but anything that's on the page you can use as a quote because you're taking the words of the author and directly repeating them. They're not your own words. Infer, or an inference, is an idea about the meaning of the text that is figured out from the text evidence and the reader's experience. So an inference is your background knowledge of the world plus text clues. And generalize, a broad statement that is true most of the time. We infer and make generalizations when there are details in the story that help us understand what is not being directly stated in the text. Both what is in the text and what we know about life is put together like a puzzle to make an inference or read between the lines. So we have 2 examples for today. The first one on inferring and the other one on generalization. So we're going to use this story to infer an answer to the question next to it. So example 1, today feels like the hottest day of the year. All I want to do is watch TV right next to the air conditioner. But Mom thinks that I should be helping in the vegetable garden. I toss my helmet and elbow pads in the mudroom and head outside. So the question that we need to infer to answer is, who is the narrator and what are they doing today? So our text clues, I'm going to start over here in our puzzle to put this together. Our text clues are the things that were actually in the text. Things like Mom thinks, vegetable garden, helmet, elbow pads, and head outside. So those are the clues that the author gave me. I'm going to take those clues and I'm going to add to it what I know about life. Kids do what Mom asks, and pads are good for something like skateboarding. So I can then put that together. I can put together the text clues and my background knowledge and come with an entire answer that also uses part of the question to answer it. The narrator is a child that will help in the vegetable garden after skateboarding. So I used what was there, what was reasonable from what I know about life, and put it together in a good sentence. So down at the bottom, we're going to look at generalization in this second example. So the question is, who is Red and how does this affect how he feels about being home alone? And here's my story. Red paced back and forth. When would they be home? He was sure that it looked like they were going to be gone for just a few hours. Now is when they should walk in the door. He hears the sound of children outside. Oh, good. They're back. Red wags his tail and dances around the boys as they walk in the door. Now he can go play with them outside. Ooh, now he can go with them and run outside. So I'm looking, and some text clues I have is that he paced and wagged his tail. Well, people don't have tails, so that's a huge clue right there. So I can then think about, what do I know? And I know that dogs love their humans and wag their tails to show their love. Cats also have tails, but often their tail, when they move it, it's more of a sign of annoyance than happiness. So I can put that together using part of the question, POQ, to answer the question, who is Red and how does he feel about being home alone? Red is a dog, so that tells me who he is. That misses his humans when he is home alone.